All right, I am recording. So, welcome y'all. This is not formal at all, but I just want to talk and just kind of get back in a routine of this. What we're going to be talking about today is just kind of establishing. I want to establish some youth pastor covenant groups that somebody posted on there. I think Jimmy Young did on the Facebook page. And us maybe kind of what up, Wes? We got Wes on, or where we go? Yep, he is at West is at Christian Life Church here in Mobile. So let me write that down. We'll sit here and take notes, but I want to establish some covenant groups. See if we can probably put our minds together and just work together on this. And just stay connected and maybe something talk about what you would like to see done in the state, event wise, even if it's a video call or, whatever, we'll talk about that. But I think as far as the covenant groups, I think this is something that's very beneficial because the way Ori and Joe Bain and I were talking the other day at a meeting was there's a huge need as far as youth pastors in the state because someone asked us, is there anything or is there anybody in covenant groups as far as student pastors? Said, no, not established, but it's something we need to do. And I think if we could establish something and stay connected together, it would help us out better. So whenever we show up to stuff, we know each other, we can connect with each other. If I've got another thing I think about, so if I got a college kid that's about to leave out of my youth group and, go to, University of Alabama, I'll call Chris and say, hey, man, one of my kids is up there. Connect with him, connect with her, and get them plugged in. That's a big point of what I want to take in from the meeting. So we'll talk about that. But before we begin, I want to go ahead and add this in there. As far as Friday night for camp meeting, I know this is a way far away. At camp meeting this year, we're going to do something a little different. Instead of we're still going to do the youth choir, still going to do that, encourage our kids to come as much as possible. But instead of doing the afterglow, we're not going to do an afterglow. We're going to do something like Winterfest has. I'm not sure if Ford has something like it. I think they do as far as like for the youth leaders. But before the service, for pre-service, from about 6:15 to 6:45, what we're going to do is we're going to, wherever they have the black curtain, usually for the food and stuff, Teen Talent, where they blocked off the curtain and everything, we're going to have like a little youth leader shindig get together in the back, pre-service 6:15 to 6:45, and we're going to kind of gear the money we would use for an afterglow party to that and try to resource all of us a little bit better, just talk a little bit. Tim Hill will come in there and talk for a minute and maybe get someone in there to kind of come in there and, feed us and just talk, not like real food, but, spiritually feed us because that's really important too. So, but we'll have refreshments and stuff like that, which would be really cool. Chad Pesnell, what's up, man? Glad to have Chad on here. But what we're going to do is we're going to give everybody a zip drive full of like a bunch of youth ministry, children ministry stuff, and just kind of hang out and get together. So it'll be a really cool fellowship time for all of us. And we're looking forward to that. So let's go ahead and begin. We've got a lot of people on here. One thing I like about Zoom is you can have up to 50 people on this sucker. So I'm pretty excited about that. We got Chris Holder from Northport. Then we've got Aaron Benson from Decatur, Alabama. Then we've got KP Jones from the Bayou. And then we got Justin Bates from the Healing Place in Trustful, who's also from Bayou La Battery. Then we have Patrick Cooper from Birmingham Oasis of Praise. Jimmy Young is from Huntsville. We got the newest and improved. There's the man. We got the newest improved person in the state is Philip Walker from Summerton. Good to have you, man. And then we've got, who else dropped out? We got Wes Lee. He is at CLC, Christian Life Church here in Mobile. Chad Pesnell is at Pathway in Mobile. And I think that's it. Justin threw me because he came back on. So, do you guys think it's a good idea? And I want to just shut up and just let y'all talk. Do y'all think it's a good idea to start student pastor covenant groups?
I would like a little bit more elaboration of what those groups would consist of, so I have a better understanding of what it is and what you guys are talking about. So,
well, I think that's kind of partially what we're going to be talking about today. What would you like? What would it do? I mean, I would like to. Jeff Eastham said that they want to do this on a national level, but as far as like he wants to do one up North Alabama and have them meet like maybe once a month and just kind of get together and talk. And I know that it's difficult for some people to drive certain places, but you would meet in the middle and just have a time just to sit and talk Saturday, Friday, whatever. I think a big thing of it is meeting and talking ministry, connecting together. Another big thing is, y'all, I'm just going to bite the bullet, accountability. I think we all need accountability, not just in our groups, but with everybody together. So I think that's kind of what we're going to be talking about. And if there's a new guy in the state, hey, we've got this region, like regional leader or regional youth pastors, whatever, that can reach out to that guy because he's 5 miles down the road from this guy. And y'all get together, make them feel included, because I think one thing that we do is we get guys in the state and we're so sporadic and so spread out, we don't really know each other. We don't know anything about each other. And I just think that's part of life and, whatever. But I think accountability will be good. Does that make sense? Okay. As far as a student pastor covenant group, what would y'all like to see it do? Is once a month meeting too much? Is it too little?
I don't believe once a month would be too much.
Okay.
I know there is a covenant group that meets here at South Decatur. It consists of kind of the surrounding areas, and basically what they do is it's a pastoral covenant group. I think they meet once a month, and they have a particular topic that they kind of discuss together when they come together. But they also will meet here, but they'll go and, let's just say, for instance, they may go to a church in Coleman of somebody who's in the covenant group, and they may just meet there, but they may still meet here and drive there, because it's a central location in different places. So they don't just continually come to the same place. They kind of meet different areas and things like that. Mm-hmm. They've even do trips together and stuff like that. Like, my father-in-law, Neil Fowler, he's a part of it. My pastor here, Jay Rhodes, is a part of it. Several different those, and they've been together for a very long time. So that's kind of what they do.
Okay. What else? Any y'all got any suggestions about what you would like to see done as far as this?
I mean, for my aspect of it, I think that just getting to know newer youth pastors in the North Alabama area would be good for me. I've only been doing this for like a year and a half, so I've yet to know. I know a few people like Jeff and Cliff and Joe, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I myself, I've been in the Church of God for going on 2 years now. Before that, I was in Assemblies of God for probably 12 years and doing youth ministry. And I've known my pastor for years, and I know since I've been in the Church of God, I don't know a lot about some of the programs, some of the I don't know any. I've met Stuart. That's about the only pastor in this locally in Mobile that I've met. I think it's important myself, and I've always kind of felt this way in ministry, that it's important to team up with other pastors. I'm not in that that mindset of my church, my youth ministry all the time. It's important, but I just want, if I have a kid that doesn't really connect with my youth group, that lives in another area, that maybe he's having trouble getting to my church or anything like that, I want to be able to point them in a direction and get to know other youth pastors in my area. Say, hey, how about this church? This church is really close to your house. Why don't you try going there? And I think it's important about building a kingdom instead of just your ministry so much. And I think being connected and unified in your city or in your area is so important. And I personally would like to know more people in my area. Even doing things when we do events here at our church or something like that, that we can invite, I can send out stuff to other pastors in the area that I know. And, in these covenant groups, I don't know. I know we're sitting here trying to establish some of the, things that we could do with them, but I think just building relationships is essential in that, especially in your area. And like Stuart was saying, just being able to, even ideas of having some of my kids go off to college. I have some students that are off at Alabama A&M now. And, if I knew some youth pastors up around that area, I would like to be able to point them in that direction in a good church, because I think it's important. But, that's just kind of where I'm at. I would like to, since I've been in the Church of God, just trying to understand, like, Winterfest, we've done that for 2 years. This first 2 years that our church has taken students to Winterfest, and then we took some students last year to camp for the first time, not even knowing really what camp's about or who to even contact or who I can, know to even ask questions about camp. As far as I just go to the website and just read about it, and then I'm just kind of on my own for just, all right, we're going to take some kids to camp. Hopefully, I don't know anybody up there. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully they got it. I'm trusting that everything's staffed well and stuff like that. But I think just for me on a personal level, getting to know how things work in the Church of God and some of the events and stuff like that, and be able to get teamed up, even Teen Talent. I know in the Assemblies of God, they had something very similar to the same. I mean, it's the same thing, but even kind of get up with that. I know it was recent. I've kind of even watched some of it and kind of kept up with Stuart with what he had kind of posted a little bit about it. But even be able to ask questions about that and kind of getting some knowledge on that, I think that would be great. Yeah. But that's just from my side, just kind of where I'm at. And that's one reason why I'm in this group chat today, is to even get to see some faces and kind of get to know some people. And so that's important to me. That's what I think is I think that's why I like this kind of stuff a lot.
Cool. Now, would we be considering basically creating regional groups to meet once a month? Or let me just put it this way. What I would propose is regional groups, covenant groups that meet once a month, and if possible, once a quarter, have a state meeting in a centralized location to talk about things that are happening in the state and stuff. That's just what I would propose. I think that would probably be beneficial to everybody.
Yeah.
As far as travel and such. The cost of doing that.
I think that's a good idea. Because I think if we do Alabama is broke up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, basically 6 different areas. You can do whatever you want to do. You've got a north area, you got a central, southeast, Gulf Coast, and west. I would consider more Gulf Coast, more down as south, and consider the Gulf Coast and southeast as south, and then do a central, east, west, north. That's how I would split it up. I would do probably, unless you have a different idea, I would split up in probably 5 different areas. But there's multiple regions, or we could do one region or one regional covenant group per area. But what I'm thinking is if you go up, down south, for example, you go from Washington County, Mobile County, Baldwin, that corner, and you go all the way over to Covington, Houston, Henry, and Barber and Pike. I don't know anybody over in that area. I don't know anybody. And then you go up, in the central region is more Montgomery to Birmingham, Coleman, Walker County, Tuscaloosa, Pickens will be considered West County. And then Talladega, Calhoun, Chambers, Lee, Russell, Macon. What to the east of Montgomery would be east, and then you go up north, and it's like Franklin, Colbert, Lawrence, Marshall, DeKalb County, Fort Payne area, Winston, stuff like that. So you've got multiple different churches. You've got a ton of churches in those areas we could break up into regional. Is that what you guys want to do? Yes, no, hey, kind of, sort of.
That's what I would think about. Practically, if we're talking about meeting once a month, in person at some location to do lunch or whatever. I think that's just my opinion. That they don't amount to much, but
okay. So you're saying as a state, we would meet once a year or once a quarter?
A quarter. I would like a quarter because I feel like if you do it once a year, that's not really enough to try and build covenant relationship amongst all the youth pastors in the state. But at least a quarter, if not, twice a year.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I think that'd be good. Anybody want to adopt that?
I wouldn't mind doing once a quarter for state.
Okay, and regional, try to do once a month.
Yeah, regional probably once a month would be better.
Okay. All right, let's shoot for that. Do I have a first, second, third, fourth, and a fifth? We don't have to do that.
Sixth.
Good idea? Bad idea? What do y'all think?
No, I like it. I like it.
Chris Holder, what do you think?
I like it. I've just kind of been sitting back and listening to everybody talk, but it's needed. If not just for the accountability stuff, that should be up front, if not the most important thing on why we even do this.
Oh.
That's just my opinion. And too, just looking back at this past weekend at Teen Talent, man, to see the number of churches that were not there hurts a little bit for me because, man, I've done Teen Talent my whole life, and then to hear people talk about, well, I didn't know anything about it, don't know any youth pastors, just haven't talked to anybody, and there's reason too on why we have to do this.
Yeah, I agree. So if we had a motto, this kind of side, what would kind of like our motto be, or what would our core values be? Let me say that, core values of this. So if people ask why we do it, because people are going to, we need to be able to say because of boom, 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 boom. So build relationships, accountability. What else? Was that it?
I would say help equipping.
Yeah.
Equip.
Help strengthen
And unify.
our body.
Okay, so build relationships, hold each other accountable, help equip, and keep unity between the body. Everybody like that?
You could add in there to strategize.
Okay. If I could spell it. Okay, there we go.
Yes.
Let me share something with y'all real quick. Put this. I hate y'all. This is something Jeff Easton sent me. I don't see if I can share my screen with y'all. All right, can y'all see that?
Yep.
All right. This is something Jeff Easton shared with me. Let's see if I could. How can I look? Okay. I don't want to look. Okay, there we go. Get out of here. There we go. All right. This is what Jeff Easton sent to me as far as like the NILA. This is what they've talked about as far as NILA. So if you want to screenshot that, or if you want me to email it to you, just let me know, or Facebook, whatever, Dropbox, I don't know. What I'll probably do is I'll start Does anybody use Dropbox?
I do.
Yeah.
Everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I can Dropbox it to everybody. So y'all just read over that real quick. Tell me what you think.
Sorry, that's a fire alarm at the store.
It's okay.
Yeah, everything's all right. Just normal.
Who drew that? Justin Bates. So dumb. Student pastor connect groups. Why? Why not? Student pastors are humans who need to be able to connect on a monthly basis for accountability, connectivity, and develop relationships that help strengthen and allow true community to be built. When at least monthly, relationships are only built on the context of consistency. I like that. How? Meet at a neutral place, restaurant, coffee shop, etc., where the walls of a certain church aren't in the way. I like that. The purpose is a place to connect, a place to protect, and a place to grow. I think he spoke on that at Equip. So I think this would be kind of something that we could do, and we can have something like this in place, and I can make that and kind of adopt this and make it our own. So stupid.
Agreed.
Stop taking credit for my work.
I haven't said anything, bro. I've just been letting it go.
Oh my God! This
Go
is
to don't count as beards, by the way. I just want to let everybody know that.
shut up. Okay. Look at that. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. Okay. So right now, this is what I've got as far as Mobile guys. Local churches around the area, and if I'm missing any, y'all need to catch me and let me know. We got Pathway, Chad Pesnell, Forest Hill, Kevin Mills, Biola Battery, KP, CLC. I got Wes. Grand Bay is Jamie Passman. Grace Point doesn't have anybody right now. Theodore Church of God is Bubba Robertson. Solid Rock, last I heard, they didn't have one, but they've got an administrative pastor named Charlie Womack that's kind of doing that. Lot Road, they have a lady and a couple named Kim Robbins that's doing it. Destination Church is Jeremy Reed. Crossroads Church of God, Corey Tennyson. And I've got a New Beginnings Church of God that I don't know who the student pastor is. And then who was at prayer conference this year, I sent him a text and email and called him. Big Lake Heights Church of God. That's out in Wilmer. So we've got a lot of people on our district. And then also you're thinking about over the bay too. So you got Foley Church of God, you got Loxley with Ori. You got a lot of people out that way that I think that we have I know a lot of my Mobile guys that I think we need to start. So what I'm going to do is send Ori all the contacts for Mobile, and we're going to try and start this once a month. Ori, I've told Ori he's going to be over our regional group. So if you don't know Ori Hampton, you'll need to write this down, is the youth pastor at Loxley. This is for my guys. The other ones, y'all just hold on. Ori is at the youth pastor at Loxley. His number is 256-339-3767. Ori Hampton, 256-339-3767. He's going to be kind of over our Mobile Covenant group, or Gulf Coast South, whatever you want to call it. Okay, now what we need to do, this is going to be kind of difficult, but I think if we work together, and this is what I want to do. Jeff Easton brought a good idea to me, is we need to include other churches. I agree. But I think at this moment in time where we are, we need to get something established before we open it to the entire world. So if we can start this COG at first, okay, start there, get to know each other, and whenever it breaks loose, I mean, it doesn't matter if you start doing it next week, but if we can establish some leaders, some key leaders in each area, and then have them go and connect with others and connect with other churches and put them in a covenant group together, then that will help us. So we need to we need to come up with a few people in each area that can connect together and start it and make it delegation so we're not all doing it. But he's wanting to do it to other churches. So I think what we need to do is keep it COG right now. And once we get established and get it rolling, then we'll open it. Okay. So let's go over these real quick. Let's start up north region. Let's start that real quick. Who are some people up in the north region that you can really think of that we could put this over? So think like Fort Payne, Gadsden. Well, Gadsden would be central, wouldn't it, Justin?
It's kind of the in-between point, frankly.
So do y'all want to put Gadsden on north or central?
They could do north pretty easily.
Gadsden's probably 40.
That's from Huntsville, Gadsden's about an hour and a half, about the same distance as Birmingham.
Yeah, it's kind of in the middle. It's like Oxford.
Agreed.
Okay, so you want to put Gadsden up north or central?
Well, if you're going to go south, if you're going to include Montgomery in central, then I would go north with Gadsden.
Okay, then let's keep Gadsden north. So we'll do Gadsden area. So let's think of some guys' names. So we'll do Justin Driver. Rob Bailey. He's the new youth pastor at City Church. Who else can we really kind of put over there? Boaz, Church of God. They have a guy, but I don't know who it is. Help me think, y'all. North region. Fort Payne. Who's youth pastor at Fort Payne?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Fort Payne.
I gotta look it up.
Nah, it's all right. Let's keep thinking. So we'll go Fort Payne, Gadsden.
Don't forget Scottsboro area.
Scottsboro, so Faith Covenant, he's still looking. What about Coleman? You want to make them central? Because I know they're near Gardendale.
That's Blue Quick, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd say Coleman's more north too, bro.
Okay.
Coleman is an hour and 25 minutes from Trustful, which makes it almost 2 hours from Birmingham.
Okay. Blue Quick.
Well, maybe not too bad down from 65, but yeah, it's pretty north.
All right, so we'll add the Coleman area, which is like Blue Quick, Addison, Church of God. Let's see. All right, let's move to Central region, which will be obviously Joe Bain, Justin Bates. Who's that youth pastor at Oasis of Praise? I forgot his name. Patrick Cooper?
You can call him Father.
Yes, Dad.
Poppy. Who else in Birmingham area? I know there's a ton.
You got Christway, White, Jonathan White.
White.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of guys on my district.
Where does Philip fall in? Philip, are you central?
He would be central.
You want to put Summerton at Central too?
Oh yeah, man.
Are you putting Northport there too?
Whatever you want to do. Tuscaloosa technically is west.
Yeah,
I'm literally like right between Tuscaloosa and Birmingham. So,
but you're not far from Birmingham. Though is the thing.
I'm about an hour.
No pressure. No pressure, Holder. But when PK was there and we did this, he came to ours.
He did.
Okay. All right. We'll add Chris Holt. All right. So that means Life Point would be in there. That means Josh Sanders would be in there. At Real.
Yeah, over
a couple of
Real.
new youth pastors on the district. Adger Church of God has Zach Engelbert. He's a youth pastor there.
Yep.
And then Hueytown has Church of God has a young guy named Logan LeGrand.
Logan Grand. Yep.
That's pretty much all on my district. There's a
Okay.
lot of churches looking for, volunteer positions.
Okay. I mean, it'd be harder for volunteer guys to meet, but we need to add them. The volunteer part-time, full-time, we need to add them in this mix too.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
And see, I've got a middle school pastor who used to be at Lakeview Community. I mean, he would probably want to get involved in this.
Okay.
Micah Bush.
Micah Bush. Okay.
Uh,
Who else in the Birmingham area, Justin?
You're getting close. I'm not sure if any of the other smaller churches have youth pastors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got Adamsville.
Adamsville. I can't remember his name.
Oh, shoot.
I knew Scotty, but I think Scotty's gone.
Scotty gone? Oh, I know that.
I mean, I could be wrong. That's the dude I knew from Adamsville. I didn't know they had filled since then.
Scotty went to Arkansas.
Yeah, he's gone.
You also got Alabaster Church of God with I don't know if they've got anybody right now.
They don't.
Stuart, where's Mikey Nelson right now?
Mikey Nelson's in Gadsden. Good call.
Yeah, don't forget Mikey.
Yep.
I believe in that dude. I hope he gets a good. You said he's in Gadsden, so he's out of church right now. Is he on staff somewhere?
He's volunteer at it's in Gadsden. He works for Gadsden City School System, I believe, and he's volunteer youth pastor at I forgot what the church name was.
I think it's Faith Worship Center.
That's it.
He's a good dude.
Mikey needs to be plugged in.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Okay, South Region. This will be easy. Me, Ori, Chad, that Asian guy at Forest Hill. What's his name?
Bruce Lee.
Jackie Chan.
Okay.
God Almighty! I mean, Jeremy.
They're all a bunch
Reed.
of racists.
True. And then that guy at Bayou. God, I don't know what that joker's name is either. KP Jones. All right, KP, Chad, can y'all think of anybody else in this area?
Don't forget Wesley.
Yep. There you go.
Wesley, you don't remember me, brother. I remember you from, was it Calvary Assembly of God back in the day, the Old Oak Park?
Yep, I was there for 11 years.
Yeah, bro. I hung around you some back then, long ago.
Still. Okay. All right. I think that's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a Facebook page for our South guys, and then I want each region to start their own little Facebook page, and then from there you can
Hey, Stuart.
yeah.
I mean, I know starting each group having its own Facebook page is what you're thinking, but I'm just trying to think of a way to where it at least stays active. Why don't you funnel it all through the Isla page and just each group have a thread or something on there, its own conversation on there at first. And then if we see, because I mean, there's, you don't want a Facebook page that's dead. And then if we all have access to each other's, then we can point new youth pastors we come across.
Yep. Okay. Good idea.
I think Rock Davis should build us a website
Yeah.
for free.
If I can talk to him about it. Is he on here?
Mm-hmm.
Not today.
I can talk to him about it.
Yeah, see, some of these churches have college and career pastors too. I mean, I've got one here, like Rock, so I don't know if we want to include that or not.
Well, if they're saved, then yes. Rock is not saved.
That's what I was about to say. That excludes Rock.
I'm just kidding. Okay. We got North, Central, South. Now let's go to, what are the other areas like West, East? Or would you even do that? I mean, yeah.
Well, I mean, I would probably do North and South. That's just me though, because I mean, as far as your east and your west, when I was at Opelika, I mean Montgomery was 45 minutes to an hour maybe.
Yeah.
You know, so the only thing there, I mean, you're an hour away from Montgomery, 2 hours from Birmingham. So I would just
Y'all just want to have like 3 regions: a north, south, and a central.
At least to start off.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can branch off if we need to, but
Yeah, I agree with that. That I don't know why I was thinking north and south, but a central north and south would be best.
Okay. Let's establish this. So, Jimmy, you would be at Huntsville, which you would be central, correct?
Huntsville would be
Or
north.
would you be north?
maybe more north.
Did you just say central?
How far is Huntsville from there?
Huntsville's like north.
Tennessee line.
North.
Oh my!
Huntsville's one of the closer to Tennessee.
All right, let's put them north. then.
Definitely central. Definitely central.
I think it's south.
Coastal. Probably coastal.
By me. They're right beside me. All right, so we'll put them north. Aaron Benson, where's he at? How far are you from?
I would be considered north.
Oh yeah, Decatur's north.
Huntsville's probably going to be your central location for like your northern people. I'm only about 25 minutes from Huntsville.
All right. Is there anybody else you can think of that should fit in these different regions? I know we're missing a ton of people. I know we are.
Oh yeah.
Would it be possible to try and send out actual
Sylvania?
Say again.
That'd be
say
up in
again,
the
KP.
Fort Payne area, wouldn't it?
I was saying, would it be possible to send out letters just to all the just to the Church of God in the state, and just open letter, open invitation, and just once we've kind of identified who our regional leaders are going to be, to send letters to the regions and can give them connection points to those regional leaders to try and get plugged in. Because I know a lot of guys. A lot of guys in our state are just volunteers, so they'll never hear about it unless we get in touch with the churches themselves.
Well, Brother Mike told me today that he's going to send out an email blast to all of the student pastors in the state and give them an invite that way.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Email's probably better than letters.
Okay. He's going to send out an email to them. He already told me he would.
Work, Stuart. That's all.
What?
I was just trying to give you some work to do.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Is there anybody else that we can really think of?
Nauvoo.
Okay, where would Nauvoo be? Tyler.
Nauvoo's going to be central.
Central.
God, we got a ton of central churches, man.
Yep.
I would like to nominate Chris Holder to be the point man.
Chris Holder, you got it, son.
Appreciate that, Justin.
You're welcome, Dad.
So, is there anybody up north that you can really think of?
Ask that question again.
Is there anybody up north?
I'm looking in the Huntsville district. You got College Park. You got Hazel Green. Then obviously Life Church. I don't know anybody from those places.
Get Easton to do it, man.
But is Cliff doing anything youth related now as he's transitioned to creative pastor?
No, I think that's all Jeff's ball game.
Oh. He might work youth camp, but that's it. It's all Jeff. Okay, so any other people that you can think of?
Where is Caleb Sowell? He's at Laverne, isn't he?
Caleb is down there, Laverne. Yeah.
So he would be south.
Yeah, Sowell.
Now, Rainsville, like the Fife and all that stuff, would that be north?
Yes. Does Rainsville have a church youth pastor?
What about the Massey boys? Where are they working at?
Chris is at Tabor. and Brandon's at Gadsden
Yeah.
or Cathedral Praise. My bad.
Is he a youth pastor or is he doing music or both?
He's just kind of volunteering for music.
He's just helping.
I think
Okay.
he's helping.
Okay.
Zach Lindsay is at Gadsden. Zach Lindsay. So we need to add him. Is there anybody else, Chris, you're seeing? What churches?
I'm looking. Scottsboro area. I think Faith Covenant's still looking for a guy. That guy just left, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still looking.
What about Breakthrough up in Sylvania?
They don't have – I asked Kyle. They don't have a youth pastor. They just got someone that just teaches on a Wednesday night.
Let me find her. Angie Drummonds, I think is how you say her last name. She is. I think she's volunteer in Sylacauga at. Is it Oakview?
Yeah.
Stuart.
Sylacauga.
Stuart.
What?
This is my friend. I named him Philip.
You ain't right, Justin.
Philip Fulmer.
Shut up.
Listen, y'all leave me alone.
I was waiting.
Just because I'm a Tennessee fan.
Go home. This is the wrong state for that crap.
Chris,
Yes, mother.
Chris, he has a thing in his phone reminder that says "Hate Philip Fulmer Day."
I know
I
it.
celebrate the day that he got ousted from Tennessee.
Who's a Tennessee fan?
You got two of
Nobody.
them, bro.
Me,
Me, Chris Holder, Northport Church of God, Tennessee fan.
That's
Leave me alone. Next to the University of Alabama campus.
How did you get hired, Chris?
And look, I wear my orange around town everywhere, so leave me alone.
I'd
I'm
rather.
a Knowles fan, so
Oh gosh.
Now, I don't know about that one.
hey, you'll thank us at the first of the year, first of the
You're
season.
an old fan. Guess who I talked to yesterday?
Yeah, when you beat Bama.
That's right. Beat Bama.
I got a picture and talked to Jameis Winston yesterday, man.
Yeah,
If we strong then.
It was a seafood restaurant. He was eating
I gave him some crab legs.
Hey, if we strong then.
Oh,
I really did talk to him.
wrong.
We ain't no puppies. We ain't no puppies. We some dogs.
So wrong.
Jameis is the greatest motivational speaker of all time.
At least you're not a Georgia fan.
There you go.
God. So
You can't. There's some people you don't give a microphone to. He's one of them.
Now, I think there's another Tennessee fan within this group, too.
yes, sir.
I'm sorry.
See?
I'm sorry, Stuart. I
Yes,
shouldn't
sir.
have brought the pig into this.
Yes, sir. I love me some Vols.
Thank you.
Hey,
Yeah, I knew I liked you.
who were we just talking about before the pig came into the discussion? I had somebody's name and I forgot who it was.
Angie Drummonds, I think is how you say her last name.
Where's she from?
She is from Is it Oakview or Valley View in Sylacauga?
Valley View.
Valley View. She's
they-
West Owensby.
Sylacauga would be north. No, central.
Yes.
My bad. So you got Brandon Hunt.
Yeah, he's at Sylacauga
Yep. Sanctuary.
Sanctuary.
Mm-hmm. Is there anybody else you can think of? I can't. I mean, when I get off here, when I press end, then I'll be thinking about it.
Hey, Justin,
Yes, sir.
is Chase Powell Church? Is he in the Church of God down there? Down there in South. Do you remember Chase?
I remember Chase. I'm not sure if he's serving.
No, he's Assembly guy, Cornerstone Assembly
Okay.
on
Okay.
3 Notch.
Good old.
He's
Never mind.
Chase is one of my good friends.
Yeah, I love Chase.
He's weird.
I went to high school with Chase.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man, for real.
He's a good guy.
Yep.
So who else can we think of? Is there anybody else that you can think of?
You said you got Tennyson, right, from across the bay?
Yeah, I got Corey. Thinking
I know Was it Bubba that's at Theodore?
Yeah, he's at Theodore.
Yeah, is he full time or is he part time?
He's part time. He works
Part-time.
a job.
I spoke a little bit with him at the what you call it,
Youth
the
Rally.
Prayer conference.
prayer conference. Yeah, spoke with him. I met him there this past year or this whatever recently, and spoke with him a little bit. And now he was kind of in the same boat as I was, just not really knowing a lot of people and stuff like that. I know I was CLC is the first time I've ever been, in all the years I've been in youth ministry, first time I've ever been full time. So I was always part time volunteer, and I know when you're like that, it is tough to really kind of build relationships. But I think I just have a heart for that, and I think it's important to pull people in like that. And I know, just talking with him a little bit, that's something that he said that he would like to do, is get to know some more pastors and stuff in the area.
Yeah.
That's just speaking to him personally about it.
Right. We just need to cover our bases and do the best we can. This is the thing. We're so big. Alabama is so big. If we were in North Central region with Kip A. Box, this would not be a problem because there's 32 churches up there. But we've got 300 some odd churches in Alabama, so it makes it difficult. And it's like
you got a good starting point, man. That's the thing. You start it here. Chances are, if it grows to the point where it could, I mean, frankly, the place that this will grow, if you guys do this right, will be youth camp. You ought to have banners and meet and greets and all kinds of crap at youth camp, because you've got so many students and churches represented. And that's where you'll pick up a lot of your French country-style churches that are going to be there. I mean, that's the spot. Now, if you can get your basis here with 30, 40, 50 churches invited, you grow it through your summer camps, and then from there the word gets out.
Now, how are we?
I feel you, Coop. I feel you, Coop.
Oh my goodness!
I feel you, Coop.
God, here we go.
Coop.
You know,
Go
I
ahead.
knew I really didn't like you that much.
Yeah, Coop.
Well,
That's my boy.
now, what are we going to be doing about, or how are we going to go about basically appointing regional leaders? Are we going to have a real formal and just vote, and how are we going to do that?
Vote.
It's going to be more casual.
I think it would be more of like a recommendation kind of thing as a consensus. That doesn't really need to be like a president, vice president. It needs to be
Correct.
formal.
Yeah.
I think it needs to be formal, but it doesn't need to be too
We
formal.
don't have to be
where-
so governmental about it.
So I think what we need to do is down south is Ori. I've given Ori it to get him to do. I'll put him. So since the regions are so big, since we're only doing 3, who wants to do 2 or 3 people to head it, or 2 people to head up the regions? Anybody like that idea?
Yeah.
I'd like to nominate Chris Holder and Joe Bain for the Central Region.
You just like to recommend people, don't you?
I'm trying to keep myself out of this, bro.
He'll need a second though.
Okay, so here, this is
I'd
what
like
I'll
to
do.
second myself recommending Chris Holder and Joe Bain for the Central Region.
So let's go. Let's do this. As far as the South region, who is over it will be Ori and KP. I'll put both y'all over it.
All right.
Central region will be Chris Holder.
Yes, it will. And Joe Bain. Joe Bain.
Go Vols.
I would
Get
give
Joe
him
Bain
Joe
in
Bain. I mean, I can. But
Yeah, put him on it.
he's over the Isla board, though.
That's fine. He can do 2 things. That's all he does anyway. That and watch UNC basketball.
What about Chris Holder and,
Coop. Come
and
on, Coop.
either Cooper or
Justin Bates.
No,
Patrick.
Justin
Or
Bates.
how about Justin Bates?
I'm out.
He's so quick to recommend everybody else.
I'm out. Shut up, Mom.
Hey, listen,
I'm your son.
I got notes
We're all
for
kind of
today.
tacked up now as far as the
Are
family.
these all the notes we need?
I'm reading it. What's it say? You misspelled Tennessee, dude. Come on.
That's right, because it's not.
Yeah, that's a true Bama fan right there. Can't spell right.
You can't even
All right.
spell
That's
Tennessee.
spell right. I've never heard of them.
All right, y'all got to focus. Let me do this. Chris
you can't hate
Holder.
on somebody and not spell it right.
I've never heard of them. Do they still have a football team?
The wheels are coming off.
Willis have been off the train for a while.
All right. So Central Region will be Chris Holder, and I'm gonna do Philip Walker. Sound
There
good?
That's good.
All right. Where's Philip at?
He left, so
That's what you get for leaving.
That's
nominate
right.
him when he's gone.
All right. Chris Holder, Philip Walker. Chris, get in touch with him. North Region will be Jeff Easton. And you want to do Justin Driver, Mikey Nelson.
Give it to Jimmy. Jimmy's the one that brought it up.
Where's Jimmy at? Jimmy.
Yeah, if you want me to.
All right. So these are our regional directors for right now. Jeff Easton, Jimmy Young for North. Central will be Chris Holder, Philip Walker. South will be Ori and KP. Okay? Roll Tide. And go Balls.
Did you really just say Roll Tide?
I saw
And
it.
go balls in the same sense.
He's on the
Did he
fence.
say
man.
ball?
They were back to back. That's horrible.
I'm not even sure that that's even Christian.
He ain't on
It's
the
not.
team, man.
No.
You got to really pronounce that V in balls. I'm telling you.
Balls. Balls.
I'll just hear it.
Y'all are stupid.
It's great.
Okay, let's establish that. So let's do this. Ori and KP, y'all will work together for South, and let's reach out and start like a group text if you don't mind with all the South guys. Can you do that, KP?
Yeah, I'll text Ori as soon as we get done here,
Okay.
and I'll let him know.
Do that with him, and
Yeah.
y'all start a group text. Central Region, Chris and Philip, y'all start a text connect group. Jeff and Jimmy Young, y'all connect because he wants to connect with you anyways. And I'll do a thing on the ILA page and kind of let everyone know. And if you would like to contact these people, these are who's over it. So if one is closer to North or they're kind of in between like gas, they can choose whatever one they want. So let's start there. I think this is a good starting point. It needs to be like a monthly thing. And it's not going to be like something, hey, I call y'all and say, hey, are y'all meeting? I'm not going to do that to y'all because y'all are grown-ups. But just keep it rolling.
Few of us.
Keep it rolling.
That is debatable.
True. All right, but what would y'all like to see done as far as the state? I think these covenant groups will start real big and will help us. But what would y'all like to see done in the state? One thing that we have done, I'll tell y'all, we have an ILA board that the ILA board kind of was hanging for a while. And we've got a new ILA board on there. Joe Bain is over the ILA board. And so we're starting to do that. We're going to do something different at camp meeting. And I think
Who all is on that board?
I do not know. I mean, I do know. I'm half of them, but I'm not at liberty. I don't know if he's called them yet.
I'm not at liberty to say.
Yeah, I'm not at liberty to say.
If I tell you, I'll have to kill you.
That's it.
So I don't know if he's called people yet or what. And if you know the answer to that, do not answer it.
He sent out emails a bit ago, I think,
Okay.
but I'm not sure. Like who's the whole?
All I know is that Joe Bain is over it. Who's the lucky selection? All right, what would y'all like to see done in the state? What would y'all like to see done? I mean, like, talk to me. Tell me your heart. What would you like to do? What would you like to see?
I'll just throw this out there. Before I got here, when I was just volunteer, one thing that I wanted more than anything in the world was to try and get as much free stuff as possible. So I think there needs to be an emphasis on trying to definitely support our volunteer guys and give them as much free resources. However we do that, whether that's we do it, regionally and then come together and do it, as a state to try and make sure that we can help out as these smaller churches as much as possible with resources, information on, how to find it and that, all that kind of stuff, if that makes any sense to y'all.
I agree 1,000,000%.
Hey, Philip, by the way, before we move on, you have been selected with Chris Holder as the Central Region leader.
That's
Congratulations.
what happens when you get your internet connection goes bad. People just volunteer.
Right.
Justin Bates said. Exactly.
Yeah, we got nominated. It wasn't my doing, bro.
So, all right.
Sounds good to me.
What else would y'all like to see done? Events. Would y'all, one thing that we talked about, good or bad idea. Let's go with it. At one thing, South Georgia, Florida. What Florida does is you have ILA and then FILA, Florida Youth Leader Association. They have a thing called FILA Game Day, and so
Yep.
Who said yep?
Me.
Okay. They have a thing called FILA Game Day, and I think they come up for like a day or two, and all it is just a bunch of games, and they said it's the best turnout that they have all year.
I remember when I was a kid, I have an uncle that's about 4 years older than me, and he was in the Church of God as a youth, and I remember growing up, and he would tell me about that stuff, and it sounded so awesome to me. I didn't know Jesus at the time. I didn't want to go to another church. I didn't want to go to some church of him, but it sounded awesome. And so I am familiar with that because he had told me all about it and told me about what it was, and they've been doing it for years apparently, and that's pretty. I tried to start something like that when I was at Calvary Assembly locally in Mobile, between just local churches, on a way to build like some camaraderie and just basically make a team competition, have trophies, and had a worship team come out with a big flatbed trailer. They put up on a flatbed trailer and had bands come out throughout the day and play. And we just had all kinds of competitions, tug of war, volleyball competitions, all kinds of stuff like that. And it was just church against church and just having fun and just out there having a blast. And, of course, had, drinks and all kinds of stuff like that. But it was a lot of fun. We had, for the first time doing it, we had 5 churches come be a part of it. It's just something that was pretty neat.
Yeah. So we're talking about maybe doing something like that. But, be honest with y'all, this is a time where y'all can just talk, and we can all talk and just be honest and say, hey, I want to see this done more. I want to see this get done away with, or, tell me your heart.
Stuart, I know that you and I had talked about trying to get our youth groups together more often, maybe more like rallies.
Yep.
More often. I know that after this last Team Talent, our group is really excited now about all that kind of stuff, and performing and competing and all that stuff. So I think regional rallies, scheduled throughout the year, outside of the one that we do with the state youth group, is something that would be beneficial. And do it in the same format where we basically try and get every group that we know is attending to do different things, offering, verse, human video, stuff like that.
Yeah. Yep.
I like that idea, but my 2 cents in with that is, if we do something like that, I personally wouldn't want it to be the same people always doing it, but try to involve, I know a prayer conference we have, I know there's certain churches that do human videos and stuff like that, and worship teams and stuff. But I think making some of these other youth pastors that are volunteers, some of these smaller youth groups, make them feel like they're a part of something instead of just coming to something that somebody else is doing. But it's a kind of part of their thing, but actually involving them in with that, I think is really important. And, I say that a lot of the experience that I'm sharing with you guys that I have talked about is a lot because I spent a lot of years in Assembly of God, and I can tell you, as a volunteer youth pastor in there and going to events that were put on, in a big area, something like that, kind of feel like you were just a lesser youth group in a way. Not really. It was kind of like you just were. It was them that got to do everything, and then you just kind of were coming to their thing. But if we can make it really a point of doing something like that, but involving giving opportunities to some other smaller churches and stuff like that to be a part and do some stuff. I think that would be great also.
Yeah. Yep. So I think that's what a lot of what KP is wanting to do, because he has talked about it, is get more church involvement. I agree.
I'm liking KP. It's the first time I've met him, and I'm liking this guy.
He's got a good beard too.
That's not
Hey, gentlemen, I have to go. I have to go get my daughter from school. But I just want to thank you for involving me, man, and I appreciate it. And I look forward to doing more stuff with you guys, for real.
Got it, buddy.
And y'all have an awesome day, man.
All right,
Hey,
Wes. See you, man.
Pat Casey a kiss on the cheek from us.
Hey, I'll do it, and he'll freak out about it.
Do it.
Get in touch with me, Wesley. Let's get in touch on Facebook, man. We're real close to each other.
Oh,
All right,
All right,
man. Later.
see you, dude.
Now, Justin, what was that you said about my beard?
I said your beard is very woman-like. That's what I said.
Is that a beard? Oh, I thought it was a smudge on my screen.
If you can't stroke it at least 1 inch below the chin, it's not considered a beard.
You should have seen me. You should have seen me
Haterade.
a couple weeks ago.
Did you just say his build? Talking about his build? I mean, that's a little bit weird.
I'm pretty sure you need to get your hearing checked, bud.
Well, I did hear the word build.
That's all it is.
And you out the Bama fans, man.
Hey,
Just have the ability to
Stuart,
hear your heart
Yo.
and words.
I guess this is a Joe Bain question, but I know we've done the Isla conference or whatever in the past. Is that still planned, or?
Please say it is.
Yes, yeah, they're going to do it. So what it is the established Isla board with Joe Bain will plan an Isla conference. So we are definitely going to do it.
Can I make a request on that it's not in football season? When
Amen.
pretty much every youth pastor should be at a football game.
We'll do it during the Tennessee-Alabama game and watch.
Not happening.
That's not a game. I'll be there.
That's funny. That's good.
Yes.
Chris, he's hating.
It just got real.
Okay.
You can't hate on something that doesn't exist.
All right. Okay.
Y'all just know whenever this happens, if Bama beats FSU, Wesley Speak, new or not, will catch it from all sides.
And we'll wear him out.
Yes. No, but I'm just saying, I haven't been to the Isla conference in 3 years because, man, I've got to go to my football games, and it's like, dude. So that would just be my request. Let's not have it during high school football season.
Yep. Okay. All right. So, what else would y'all like to see done in the state? My opinion, and I'll give my 2 cents, is I honestly think that just more connection and more relationships being built is what we need. And that to me is a big heart of mine. If we can continue to do that, so. Everybody good?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if there's anything you would like to add, speak now or forever hold your peace.
You guys have a good afternoon.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all later.